having too many girls and not being able to marry all of them.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, serious.
That's a good one.
Shoot,
That's
you
a,
have,
that's
yeah, like
high
everybody,
five, bro.
everybody's a candidate, but you can't have all of them. Yeah, because I mean, like, shoot, back then I could have married 5 women.
No. It's we choose not to in the sake.
No, that's not what we choose. We're gonna get locked up. You have polygamy over here.
You had choices?
You had choices? Damn.
Yeah, everybody got choices.
Must be nice.
I just close my eyes and bam, they're on me.
Yeah, must be nice. Have choices.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I think that's the most, hardest thing about being a Hmong man.
I can't remember the question again.
Hardest thing about being a Hmong man.
I would have to say just men in general. But I mean, I will try to include Hmong men, but just men in general. I feel that
The question is Hmong man.
Right. Like, but
So,
make
sure you split it away from regular
applies.
men.
It still applies. It's we are unable to express ourselves and I guess you could say like our emotions on things that I guess you could say like our depression. You know, it's hard to express it because you have to uphold this figure, or you have to either be the head of the household. You can't show any signs of like I guess you could say that you are depressed, sad, broken down. You know, it's hard to express these things, and we talk as boys, and you know, like we're just trying to have a good time. We're not trying to talk about things like that either. But we don't have any shoulder to cry on. We don't, you know, Hmong men especially, because we have to uphold this figure. It was never incorporated into our tradition, to be able to express. Để bé nhau xử lý cha, you know, bé cho kỳ sa, để bé nhau xử lý cha, bé有冇個對bé冇過到得呀， you know, 一對bé我一開幾，我抽升到bé咧，誒bé十唔多，呢度你睇咯，bé全部抽冇啊。We don't have an outlet.
I think
that falls under men in general.
Well, your wife should.
That's what I'm saying.
No, well, when I'm a no time Hmong man, I use myself as an example. Hmong man. Đợt của in law của your tổ lo, đợt của parent của your tito tua. Alright, so khó có hay mà about men, they gotta hold their emotion, they gotta hold that's in general what man is, because that's what they are. Hmong man, this is what I would say sets the difference between just a Hmong man and regular men in general. Cái tụ vô lo này có trở nên trao có người ta chỉ là you hold a different position from the other roles, okay? Traditionally wise, wedding, funeral, whatever, trust me, lấy cho ta tụ vô lo đó sao? He's the one that's gonna lead the other chỉ lo okay? Even if you
set the bar.
Yeah, even you tu chỉ lo he's older than tu chỉ lo but then cho ta cái bởi vì cho hơn tu chỉ lo so you know to my side family cũng有tí tu ra so chắc so lo cũng nhiều cũng chỉ là cho ta都估so đúng không từ từ我那后了cũng tu mà take care chỉ là muốn tu lo cũng tí tu so thầu funeral lý trả you tại how to take care so and that
for me it'll be like trying to incorporate traditional side because I respect it a lot.
But I guarantee you, even
to live a modern life.
Even if you're got traditional, even let's say they cái lửa hành năng mình đó cái oldest son or the oldest son-in-law, you're still gonna feel that pressure regardless, But then it's just in our home culture, it's the vote here to do law, man. It's
traditionally
it's hard. When tradition happens, it's gonna kick you, and you're gonna have to get through it If you know it or you don't know it, you're gonna have to get through it regardless. And then now this is where your masculinity comes in as a man, tại là nhiều khi mà cái tàu cái sport để cái muốn nông từ phố ba cái sport để cái who's the show that you're gonna go cry to, tụi lộc tụi cái của sport đấy层啦，我要逃个吧，you have that pride that man 我始终muốn nông it's supposed to be my job, I'm supposed to be the man.
I should just know it exactly. I should just know it. I shouldn't have to go.
That, in my opinion, is probably the hardest part about being a home man. Is just upholding your tradition or playing your part as what you are in your family.
For me in the modern day, it'll be trying to please both sides. Trying to be modern enough to where like my wife is modern, so like I have to be modern enough for her to to respect her views and how she wants her life to be, and at the same time respect my parents and their traditional side to where we can meet in the middle somewhere. It's really and it always clashes. It will always clash.
And now that it falls back to the first question of the whole topic that was asked. What are Hmong men? And that's why I said the question that you can ask to dictate if you're a traditional Hmong man or not is please look up parents. That's where that's the question that you can ask to dictate to
you will see which path you actually take.
Yeah,
I mean, I try to stick to the middle because I'm always trying to please everybody. Because as a home man, you have to keep everything together. You're the walls and the structure to keep the whole family together. So I feel that that's one of the main pressures as well, because there's a lot of things that we weren't taught or unspoken. And there's certain things that I mean, the world's always adapting. There's so many different kinds of women of what they like from a man. Like thủ mà bé chỉ số tàn địa, bé chỉ số tàn địa, bé chỉ tụ khi giờ bé chỉ tụ mình nhỏ, bé chỉ có nó thủ bé nó hồ, it's always usually the women. So like these things I have to start incorporating into my life, because with my respect for my wife, I would want her to feel that I'm gonna try to lessen some of your burden for you from the traditional side.
Hardest thing about being home man is learning the lingo.
Yeah.
Learning the language.
The language?
Yeah.
Do you think that the language is hard?
Yeah.
Well,
Because
not
the language.
No.
The language of the culture. If you don't
I
know the
understand
language of the culture, then what are you gonna do? Someone to add come on, detonate. You can't talk.
No.
I understand, Tao. There's two different languages.
But
yeah. Okay. You don't know the traditional.
即係我做頭話我哋係一點麼幾衝幾個你啊話一點麼第日話幾多幾多啦呀
It all just goes back to culture.
Yeah, 頭麼幾多幾多係咗傻咗啦呀有都傻咗你啲生活係攞咗啦 Yeah, so I guess one of the things that weren't really taught is, and we still have a lot of pressure about traditionally, is for the Hmong men, is that
But then do you think it's because you wasn't taught, or it's because you never took the initiative to try to learn?
See?
I think it's a little bit of both, but I think it's more of the initiative to learn.
Because think about this. What do you do whenever low land? What are we doing outside?
You
drinking. Go over there and listen.
And then no, it comes back to the part where I said it's either you teach them or you educate them. And teaching them is something you use the word teach for you use the word teach when you teach something to somebody that they're gonna use or reuse that benefits them in their life. If they see that it doesn't benefit them and let you you're not teaching them. They don't take it as a teach. You educate them. Oh, okay, this is what we did back then. This is how Hmong people told you. Do you know how to? Oh, I was never taught. I was never taught. I was educated on it, but I was never taught how to do it. And so that's why I say it goes back to the teaching and educating, and they also go back to if they're willing to trust me.
Modern day is just harder now because we're not inclined to
it doesn't benefit them now
Yeah.
in the future. They don't
Right,
see it,
right.
you know, because nowadays man, it's all about money, man. Kung thoughts in it, is that gonna benefit me and my life or my family? I don't know. Spiritually, it might, you know, but then no, nowadays, man, economically, money wise, financially, it doesn't anymore.
It's not a priority anymore because
It's not.
You thực đúng mà hải tao yeah cái quốc gia mà back in Laos there wasn't much of anything, that was their priority. So 你要做到個，你要做到這係，這木頭，這係我做，這杯只能it's so tedious, but that was the tradition back then because it was you have to know it because it's gonna help you along your path. Over here, completely different.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, well, what's gonna help you with your
it's
path
not-
in your life
right.
is money, man, financially, right? It's
Right.
not.
So over here it's more career based. Over there it was more survival, and that's what they did to survive. Over here, it's not about survival. It's about building your career. It's not. It's survival, but it's a whole different base. It's not. It doesn't dwell into a lot of your religion and tradition base. Thổ Ú mà yết you mỗi thứ mình nhớ nếu mỗi cái có một giáo nó cái một chỗ có nó một giáo nó có chỗ đó chỉ có chỗ mu sai trở thế mu sai dài để you chả biết mình tu nó nữa không mỗi nói chỉ chả biết có chỗ so you have to know these things to be able to survive. Over here we don't do that no more. It's
Sick hospital, urgent care, medicine.
pediatricians. We got exactly. So it's more science based. So we stray from that because there's not much of a need for that anymore. Our demands are different, But I think I just personally think that there are certain aspects that that will apply, and there's certain aspects that don't anymore.